as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Check. Lucky. Kill. He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Check. I got you, Pop. Bobo's the mic. Mike's Bobo. It's a party now. What? 44's the mic. 44's the mic. Let's go, D. Big Sears right here. 19-9.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He completes this to Russell Gage. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
He's coming.
He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Check 26.
They'll look to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike's Bobo. Man, that's trash.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Five men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Rodgers. Well, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Browns drive about to get started. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. Looking deep downfield. He's got a man complete.
That's what he is, man. That's what he is.
Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, 82 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. No return here for Patterson, so they'll begin things at the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. give right side. It's Hines, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Hines, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Switch. Hey. Check hot.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. He'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
These two teams all tied after 1. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Browns drive about to get started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They fake the give. Now Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. They'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a 1st down.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is going to be intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Check three. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. I'm here all day.
Looking to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 15. And he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line.
So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
He'll try again.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Browns on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Second and 1. Flushed out right. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Jump.
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Back to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now, not a great one there. Out of bounds in the air. And the offense is going to be set up already in enemy territory inside the 45. On first down, Rodgers. That's complete to DK Metcalf. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now Rodgers. Space to run past the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Second and 4.
Flush to his right, and he'll just get rid of it.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
44's the mic. 44's the mic. 19 tight. 19 tight. It's a part now. Football's the mic.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
44. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
They're going to try and throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Buying time to his left. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next 20 seconds to go. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. As he throws there, incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Browns drive about to get started. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this.
final shot before half for Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Now this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Six yards left on second down. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 31-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Throwing again on second down. Rodgers. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick here is good.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll look to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
44. Right here. 44 is the mic. 44 is mic. Check.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes.
Back to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations. Trying to...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Hassan Reddick in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, it looked like they were trying to get him outside there, but this defense had different plans.
Yeah, they really had an outside-in kind of a pass rush. It's almost like when you're covering a punt. You can't let him get to the outside and get to the sideline. You force him to stay in the middle of the field, and they did exactly that and made the play. And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
20 yards on both of those plays back-to-back there. They are moving now. It's another 1st down. 45. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. On play action, now Rodgers. Catch is made by Metcalf. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. DK Metcalf, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Browns continue to roll. Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
They go play action here on first down. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play.
2nd and 10.
Go.
Now back to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. The Falcons on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 3rd down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On play action, they'll throw. His hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Here's Rodgers. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Throwing is Rodgers. Eluded. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Football's the mic. Trap 60. Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They'll look to throw here on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. They'll drop to throw.
Another catch for Valdez-Scantling. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
44,
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Sam Sloman for the PAT.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And Patterson not going to return this. It'll come out to the 25. The the Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. Being chased out left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again.
Watch the backer, watch the backer. 44's the mic, 44's mic. Check, check. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D, let's go.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this